Hell yeah. Alright, folks. We got some good stuff to talk about when it comes to entertainment this week, or at least I'm assuming so. Mortal Kombat. We have Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but then we have to talk about Susan giving herself an award. My name is Micah Curtis.
And I'm Alex Baldwin. No, I didn't win an award.
No. So, let's get started. Welcome to Micah and the Hatman Live. Real quick, before we get started, let me replay a donation real quick. Ask you!
God bless.
Aurelius threw in $6 and said, "Hope you guys like grenades."
Was that what that sneeze was? A grenade?
Apparently. Like I said, I sneeze like a cartoon character. Like, I sound like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. But thank you, Aurelius, for that. Hatman, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Go for it.
Yeah. This was a series.
And?
It's weird because the first 3 episodes of it were really good. And then the last 3, it just sort of like plummeted. The story kind of collapsed in on itself. And I hate that. I've since been informed that the reason why is because they had to change up a lot of shit because of COVID. COVID hit like in the middle of filming this. Mm-hmm. So where they intended for the story to go didn't actually happen because they didn't get into reshoots, which sucked, honestly. So I think the story suffered because of fucking COVID. But the rest of it, I thought, was pretty well executed. Of course, fucking John Walker as Captain America he was the most interesting character of the whole damn thing. I mean, yeah, Sam Wilson gets humanized more. Yeah, we get to see more about, Bucky Barnes and his post-Winter Soldier life, but no, John Walker is easily the most interesting character in all this because he's, picking up the mantle of Captain America, and you want to believe in him. Like, you want to believe that this is a dude who, is really reverent of the identity that he's, assuming. And at the end of the day, the only reason why you don't like him, at least from the start, is he's not Steve Rogers. He's picking up the shield, and he was not, bequeathed the shield. He has no claim to it. But he's still a dude who wants to do good. And of course, if you know anything about, John Walker's comic history, he doesn't do so hot. He doesn't fucking, he kind of goes a little more bad guy than good guy. And yeah, that this follows too, but of course that's not a spoiler because everybody fucking predicted it in comic history.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's still really interesting to see him in that fall, because he still wants to do good. He still believes that he is doing what's right. And then he just gets into some bad fucking places, and the soldier instinct takes over. Because this is not a guy who is self-sacrificing like Steve Rogers. This is a guy who is a soldier at heart, who is really going to kill on instinct because that's what he's been trained to do. That's what he won his, medals of honor for. So it makes sense. And I can't really hate the guy in the end. I can't. And isn't USA? Yeah, this is U.S. Agent. This is U.S. agent, and yeah, he becomes U.S. agent by the end of it. So
Does he get the black costume?
it's comic accurate. It's absolutely comic accurate.
Really?
Seriously,
I might watch it just for him. I've always liked John Walker.
yeah,
Um,
it's one of the most accurate costumes that they've pulled off in the MCU.
that's awesome.
Seriously, um, fucking
When I found out who they
everything else
cast
about
as
it.
him, I thought, I'm like, that's a very good pick.
Oh yeah, he did. He's great. He's absolutely wonderful. Um, but anyway, the rest of it kind of suffers as a result. Like you've got Carly Morgenthau and the Flag Smashers. Yes, Flag Smasher is now an organization called the Flag Smashers, which is more or less Antifa at this point.
Yeah. Well, that's what the Flag Smashers were, or Flag Smasher
Yeah,
was, as he was an anarchist.
yeah. Well, they are pretty much Antifa. Um, a globalist Antifa though. They're a little bit different from that. But anyway, she like you can sort of see her motivations, but in the end, like she also kind of collapses on herself with the rest of the narrative, and that's really unfortunate because I wanted this to be a another sympathetic villain in the MCU, but ultimately she's not. Ultimately, she's not. You don't really understand what she's doing. She seems to be kind of contradictory all the way through, instead of just someone, which I presume what they intended for was someone who gradually starts to use more extreme methods over time. But she goes from like, yeah, we don't kill people, to actually it's totally okay to burn people alive, to I really would rather not because it's bad and it makes me feel guilty, to I will literally kidnap, government officials, and I don't give a fuck if they burn alive because fuck them. Yeah, it's all over the fucking place, and her character suffers as a result of it. Um, there's not much of a dynamic between Sam and Bucky. It's more of like just a co-workers thing than actual friends, though by the end they do essentially become friends, though it's rather unbelievable. Again, there wasn't much of a dynamic. There wasn't much of a relationship. It did feel forced. Um, Isaiah Bradley is in it, though.
Yeah, I heard about
Isaiah
that.
Bradley is in it. And he is a bitter old man who uh, did get the short end of the stick, but he's basically like, there ain't no way they're going to make a black man Captain America. And I like the fact that Sam kind of proved him wrong in the end, but at the same time, like, I don't know how they could have done Isaiah Bradley as a genuinely likable character as opposed to just, God, you got fucked over, and that kind of sucks. Um, so Alistair asks, it's like WandaVision, this was mediocre. Um, again, the first three episodes are great, and then it just sort of falls apart. So in the end, yeah, I guess I would say so. I'm especially confused, I could say, with what they did with Sharon Carter because it feels completely out of nowhere. I will say Zemo is really awesome in this, and I actually hope we see more Zemo, but without the mask. He uses the mask in like one scene, and it's actually kind of dumb looking. So I'm glad they went away with it. So just don't go back to it. Honestly, don't go back to it.
That or improve it.
Um,
I just looked at the photos. I'm like, it
yeah,
doesn't need to be that thick.
yeah, no. Like, oh no, when he actually picks it up, like it looks like a fucking latex Halloween mask. It's
Yeah.
so fucking weird. But anyway, I would say it's worth watching at the very least, but it's not. I wouldn't watch it again. I would watch it again.
It's unfortunate to hear because yeah, I kind of heard that they kind
Yeah.
of forced the Captain America mantle onto Falcon in this?
It's weird because he kind of feels like he doesn't deserve it, but at the end of the day, he's kind of told in no uncertain terms by not just Bucky but Zemo, like, Steve Rogers trusted you to, take up his mantle, so you should probably do it. So it's more of a reluctant hero story than anything else. But I don't know. He does well. Like, I'm not going to say like he's going to be a bad fucking Captain America, but
I don't know how
I kind
long
of feel
it's
like
gonna
giving
last
up
though, because like apparently, Chris Evans is in talks to play the character again.
Yeah, which is, I guess they're just gonna go with what happened in the comics. I don't fucking know.
In which case, I mean, no offense to. It would make more sense for this version of the Falcon to become Captain America than the 616 version.
Yeah, I think
because this
one
was
so
actually
too.
a soldier.
I think so too. It's just the motive and the mindset behind it. At least for the whole outset of this series, is kind of weird. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, he gives up the shield first episode out of nowhere because he thinks he doesn't deserve it. Like, I get it. They needed to have an inciting incident to make John Walker Captain America, but that didn't feel like the right way to go about it.
Fair
didn't
enough.
feel like the right way to go about it.
Okay, so to close out, it's a reluctant recommendation from you.
Yeah, it is. Just watch it, but also, if you don't want to commit as much time to it, watch the first 3 episodes and then read the spoilers on the internet.
There you go. Servant says, when Zemo is telling Sam to do it, Sam is being silly. And then he also threw in another bucket, said, for those wondering, the next 2 movie nights will be Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and the Mecha Monday special End of Evangelion, only on Micah's Discord. Join at either the $1 or $5 level today. And if our guesses are right, Gal Gai Gar, this is Mecha Monday. Maybe. Maybe not.
End of Evangelion.
Alright. My pick of the week is Mortal Kombat. I just watched this right before we started the shows today. So, I was a little skeptical when this was announced, because we had already done Mortal Kombat. We had already had a movie about it, and then we had another movie about it that was awful. And then we had animated movies about it, or we had an animated show about it. And then we had Scorpion's Revenge, which was actually a decent animated movie, just kind of short. And then there's a live action version out of nowhere. And where to begin with this? So the synopsis is that a mixed martial arts fighter whose best days are long behind him, named Cole Quinn, is fighting basically bum fights for no money. And at some point he gets pulled into the possibility of becoming a fighter in the Mortal Kombat tournament because he has a birthmark on his shoulder that is of a dragon that basically marks him as somebody who is destined to fight in the tournament. Turns out this particular guy is a descendant of Hanzo Hazashi, who, if you know anything about Mortal Kombat, is Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
So, the basic gimmick is that each Mortal Kombat character is, because they are destined to fight in the tournament, are blessed with certain abilities so that they can actually fight in it. Some of them are kind of silly. Some of them basically just give people their abilities from the game. One of them that I didn't like was Kano. I always liked the idea of Kano being a cyborg. He's not in this. He's just an asshole Australian.
He's got a full face in this?
Yeah.
God damn it.
So, they take a lot of liberties with Mortal Kombat. Like, Melina is in this. But the problem is that Katana is nowhere in sight, which is dumb. And the lead character of Cole Quinn, he's basically there to be the vessel for the audience, you know. But he obviously has a lot of parallels to Hanzo, his ancestor. One of them being that he is a family man, you know, who just is fighting just to protect, you know, just to put food on the table.
Go home and be a family man.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and he doesn't end up being like any Mortal Kombat character either. He's just he is the audience insert. His special ability is like he gets this like organic armor a la Colossus that can absorb kinetic energy and then redirect it as heat. And like it also forms Tonfa that he can use as weapons. So yeah. Johnny Cage is gonna be in the next movie. So stop with the chat complaints right now. They like that's the spoiler at the end. You just made me spoil it because you're complaining. Johnny Cage, next movie. Shut up. Anyway, sorry. I had a feeling that excuse was so bullshit. I'm like, they're gonna do Johnny Cage in the next movie. So anyway, so the lead character is basically that. Beyond that, though, beyond the liberties that they take with the mythos, this actually felt like they were trying to tell a Mortal Kombat story. It's an alternate universe, but it is a Mortal Kombat story. It feels like a Mortal Kombat story. You know, it's about Shang Tsung trying to win the 10th tournament to take over the Earth. This time, though, he tries to make it so that he doesn't have to fight the tournament. He's just going to assassinate all the fighters. And that's basically what happens. His chosen assassin is Bihan, the original Sub-Zero. One little interesting thing is that Bihan, after the first opening scene, does not wear blue again. He's wearing black. It's kind of obvious what they're hinting at. And I don't want to spoil anything past the Johnny Cage thing because my hand was forced. And I'll spoil this too. Is Reptile in it? Not really. There is a Zaterran in it, but it's not. They don't call him Reptile, so it could be or it could not be. I don't know, but the gimmick with this one is that it feels like Mortal Kombat. People die in this. People get fucking murked in this. There's a couple fatalities from the games that actually make it into this. 3, actually, from the games. And there's, like, whenever characters get killed, they get killed in brutal fashion. You know? And that's the way it's supposed to be. It's fucking Mortal Kombat. You know? Which is something that I didn't like about the original film. So, the fight scenes are also very well choreographed. I liked that Sub-Zero, like, every time he touched somebody, you started to feel a little uneasy, because you're like, oh god, they're gonna get hurt. You know? Scorpion is Scorpion. So there's not really a whole lot to say there. He's right there, like, he's right there. You know? But, Scorpion is Scorpion. Scorpion's always awesome. So, there's not really a whole lot to say about that. Overall, it was a fun movie. I would say give it a watch. I think that, what happens in it is, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun little Mortal Kombat story. I think the story in Mortal Kombat 9, the game, is a lot better. But for a movie with Hollywood in this day and age, this is about what I would expect. So, I got more out of it than I thought I was going to. which says a lot. So I am personally of the opinion that the lead character should have been Johnny Cage, and you could just still say that he's of that lineage, you know, or it could have you could have used another character from the mythos that just doesn't have a name, like Smoke. Maybe Smoke is who I would have picked anyway. So there was definitely like some things that I would have done a little bit better, because again, Cole Quinn just kind of feels like he's forced, but otherwise it's fun. It's dumb fun, you know, dumb gory fun. So if you want dumb gory fun with really good fight scenes, give it a watch. You might enjoy it. So, is Rain in it? No, I'll say that right now. Rain's not in it. Okay, Hatman.
Yes.
Tell me about Susan giving herself an award.
Where to fucking begin? So, Freedom Forum is where it begins.
Okay.
Freedom Forum runs the First Amendment Center in the formerly the Museum, if you remember that fucking collapsed a couple years ago.
Right.
So they give out the Free Expression Award. Now, YouTube is on their corporate membership list, so they sponsor this organization. This organization that thought it was a good idea to give a Free Expression Award to Susan Wojak.
Yeah.
And of course, say what you will about her being a champion of free expression, but YouTube being a champion of free expression and sponsoring this, the dots connect themselves here. They bought this award as basically a PR stunt. What makes it even worse is that in her acceptance speech, she straight up says that she wants to find a way to balance responsibility with free speech, and says we have to remove things that go too far, but if we go too far, then that might be censorship. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. You can tell this shit was just like a it was bought over a stack of cash, a handshake, and a wink. Jesus Christ. Susan Wojak, horsewoman. Oh my god. Yeah, what the hell? Who thought that this was a good idea, A, and who thought they would actually get away with it, B? Because the internet's fucking forever. Though I am curious now, are there any videos on YouTube criticizing this? We might get taken down, y'all.
Sargon still exists, so I have a feeling he probably already has.
Okay. Wow. There. Oh no, the video got ratioed apparently. Oh shit.
That's not surprising.
You mean they didn't turn off comments and likes?
They probably have now.
No. Oh my god. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. No, this is just. I'm gonna get us banned from Twitter. This is retarded. It is. Just fuck it, you know. No, apparently they have not turned them off. The video has 118 likes and 32,000 dislikes. Oh wow.
That's impressive.
Oh wow. That might be the biggest ratio of any video on YouTube. Holy shit.
I'm loving the attempts at Susan's name in the comments, like Susan Wojak Horsewoman, and and what was the other one? V Raptor says, "Good old Susan."
Susan Witwicky.
Oh, good lord. Needless to say, fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck 'em.
All right, we need to move on to the next topic. So Quintin Flynn, who, from what I remember, is gay. Actually, wait, real
No,
quick.
he's not gay.
He's not. I thought he was.
No,
I actually,
he's not.
I actually have to read a donation real quick. Servant throws in a buck and says, "When you give yourself any award, you invalidate it for good and prove you don't deserve it ever." Karma in 5, 4, 3. I don't know. We'll see about that. But anyway, Quintin Flynn, one of my favorite voice actors, who of course is the voice of Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, was also the voice of Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four cartoon way back in the day. And he does something about Kingdom Hearts. I don't give a shit because that game series fucking sucks. So,
Ooh.
he apparently has been Me Too'd. Hatman, what's the details on this shit?
Yeah, he got not just Me Too'd, but straight up accused of grooming. And it was a whole ass Twitter account called Beware Q Flynn, who went out and tried to tweet at everyone who hired him or had hired him or was in business with him by any degree, saying, "Oh, he's a creep. He preys on his fan base through social media." It's almost like a Vic Mignogna situation. He's a creep. He's a groomer. He tries to sleep with his fans, abuser, etc., etc. Quintin Flynn did the smart thing by shutting the hell up about it, lawyering up, and taking this accuser to court, who it turns out he did have a consensual relationship with. He had the receipts for it. And when this accuser found out that he was getting married, she turned into a stalker, threatened him, threatened his wife, threatened his mother-in-law, threatened his mother. So he took her to court, and he fucking won. He was given a restraining order against her, and she was ordered by the judge to remove her Twitter page and all the public accusations and stuff because of all the threats of, all the threats of violence and stalking. And after the case was resolved, that's when he put out his statement saying, "This is what happened, this is what actions I took, and it's all over." But the story doesn't have a happy ending, unfortunately, because he actually lost 2 jobs because of it. Well, really, he lost 1 job, and he got unpersoned in another. No More Heroes 3, he was dropped from that, and he had all of his lines in World of Warcraft scrubbed completely. As in, they brought in a new voice actor and redid all the lines. In fact, Blizzard was so hush-hush about this, nobody knows who the fucking replacement voice actor is. They didn't announce that the lines were being redubbed. They didn't announce who was behind it. They just did it in a fucking patch. Creepy as shit unpersoning. But this is the Me Too era, wherein an accusation alone is enough. I mean, never mind, he literally did the smart thing by shutting the hell up, not talking about it, going to court, settling it in fucking court through, the legal procedures, and moving on with his fucking life. But that wasn't enough. That didn't save him in the end. And it's unfortunate. It's fucking unfortunate. You still have people who believe this psychotic stalker and her accusations, which are lies. Invariably, they are lies. You still have people choosing to believe that over him, despite the fact that the evidence and the law is on his side.
It's getting to a point where we're going to have so many voice actors that are, like, unpersoned that you might as well, you could basically start a new studio with just them.
Probably.
I mean, to be frank, if I could get the funding for, like, a video game or something like that, or an animation, where I could cast someone like Quintin Flynn in it, or Vic Mignogna, or both, they're both amazing voice actors, so fuck yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah, why the hell not? I don't have
that kind of money. So, yeah, but absolutely. Right? It sucks, and it shouldn't happen. Mm-hmm. Quintin Flynn is very talented. He made Raiden badass.
Absolutely.
He made Raiden badass, folks. That's not easy to do.
He also has done some shit for Robot Chicken that you would have to listen really, really carefully to pick up that it's actually him. He's got a really good range. So yeah, he's great. And then this shit, of course, happens. Because, blood's in the fucking water. But it's never enough. Gotta feed more.
Absolutely ridiculous. Final one. So, Days Gone. This is a game that's on my list. Because it actually looks interesting. It looks like State of Decay, but with depth. What's going on with this, Hatman?
So, apparently everyone is clamoring for a fucking sequel to this game. Which, okay, if it's a good game, then whatever. I haven't played it. I wouldn't know. Whatever the hell. But the creative director and writer, John Garvin, straight up said, like, hey, if you want a sequel to this game, you should have bought it at full price. Don't complain if you played it on PlayStation Now or PS Plus or got it on sale. If you didn't buy it full price, then you didn't want a sequel bad enough, which is fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. Like, why the hell? Why the hell should it be put back on people who, one, can't always spend the full amount for a brand new fucking game, and two, probably aren't going to spend the full amount on a game that they're unsure about anyway. I mean, that's what shit like, PlayStation Plus and fucking PS Now are for. So people can play games that they otherwise might not have dropped $60 for. I guess $70 nowadays, because Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Going back to expensive ass games, huh? Put them on cartridges again. But anyway, I mean, it's not even talking about fucking pirating shit. It's just, it's literally, if you bought it on sale, if you played it on PS Plus, then you didn't support us enough, and you don't get a sequel. What? God damn. Sounds like some fucking entitlement to me.
Yeah, it really does. And look, I get it. I mean, as a creator, it kind of stings that, like, not everybody's buying everything at the top price point. You know, I get it. I do understand that. At the same time, though, A, not everybody's financial situation is the same, and B, in this day and age, like, the simple fact that there are ways for people to pay to play video games on several different levels is actually a good thing. Because it means that there's more of a potential for your game to become a hit now than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
And to kind of, like, give people the finger like that kind of puts a sour taste in people's mouth. You know, and they're about to go on PC with it, apparently. I just looked it up on Steam, and it's got I think for a new release for PC has, like, good pricing. I mean, it's at $50. I mean, compare that to Resident Evil Village, which is going to be $80. Like, that kind of... Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's going to be $60. So yeah. Like, it's at a point where everybody's going to be playing Mercenaries mode on RE8. You know, in a few weeks, you've got the opportunity to pull some of those people towards Days Gone because they're still going to want some zombie madness.
Oh, shit, they're bringing back Mercenaries?
Yeah, Mercenaries will be back. It's only single player, though. Yeah, I know. Oh, well. I love Mercenaries in 5. Granted, I was legitimately one of the best in the world at it, so... So yeah, this is one thing that I'll say. Don't trash talk potential buyers like that. It is legitimately a dick move. Like, trust me when I tell you, would I have loved everybody who bought the first Inglewood to have bought physical? Yeah, but I'm happy that we got as many backers as we did. You know? Yeah. And you just gotta, you can't, people are buying it and enjoying it, man. You know, you can't just turn up your fucking nose at people like that. Servant throws in a bucket, says, we don't want a sequel, huh? Well, if you want any, do you want any money? Because with some people's budget hurting, they don't owe you jack. They don't have to give you a penny for your stuff. AKA why indie comics are the future of comics. You gotta be grateful for every bit you get, man. Yeah, maybe you're not gonna be a millionaire, and maybe you won't get a sequel because you didn't make enough money, but you still got to make the game you wanted to, which is more than a lot of people are ever gonna get to say. You gotta be grateful for these things. Yeah. All right, let's hit the Q&A. Also, my artist on Lazarus just sent me a new sketch, but I'm not ready to debut it yet. Okay. So, Aurelius wants to know, do you think that the big publishers will eventually lose enough money they'll course correct, or are companies like Marvel, DC, Disney, and so on doomed to mediocrity at this point? Definitely doomed, because they've had the opportunity to write the course for years now, and they're just not doing it. You know, they're just not. They don't seem to care. They care more about politics than they do actually producing the best comics. So I don't see them course correcting for a while at this point. Let's see here. Rias Khan wants to know. He says, on Saturday, he and his girlfriend watched a few anime series on Hulu. We've been looking for another one for that little time. Figured she's been getting into Gundams and decided to suggest a Gundam series. My question is, should I ease her into a God tier one like Wing, or should I start her with the original or Origin? Don't do Origin, it's actually non-canon.
That's a hard question.
If you're gonna like get someone into Gundam, Wing, in my opinion, is one of the best introductory series because it has something for everyone. You know?
Yeah.
Or the original, if you can find it. But I think the only streaming platform that has it right now, Crunchyroll has it, but it only has the Japanese. And I would actually recommend watching the dub. The dub is a lot better. The dub's actually really good for its time. I would say, yeah, the original, like, the best introductions to Gundam are as follows. And two of these you can find on Hulu. You find Gundam 00, which is really good. Gundam Wing, which is really good. The original Mobile Suit Gundam, which is really good. Those are the three that I recommend to people. You can also have people watch G, but it's not a good introduction to what Gundam is about.
Yeah.
So.
I guess it really depends on your tastes too. Like if your girlfriend has only seen like a few anime and is not really like super into it, I would recommend Wing. Because Wing, I'd say, is like the introduction for people who don't really know a lot about anime, aren't that well versed in it. There's a reason why Wing is so popular, because it introduced kids to anime back in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was half responsible for that and DBZ. Otherwise, I would recommend the original Mobile Suit Gundam.
Yeah. Yamza in the chat says, imagine paying for anime. Well, artists deserve to be paid for their work, don't they?
It's true.
Time them out, somebody. Not happy with that. I am an artist. Fuck you for that, dude. Seriously. You get a little bit of time and time out, dude. That's a dick move. I am a fucking creator, dude. I don't like my shit being pirated. That's a fucking terrible attitude to take towards people. People work hard to create those shows. They deserve to be paid for their labor. All right. So, back to the Discord server. Derek Mozzarella said, would either of us recommend Dune? Never read it, thinking about getting it at the library. I've never read it either.
Neither have I. I just saw the movie when it was made way back when. It was a good movie.
That's what I've heard. Diva Night Rose wants to know, what sort of caffeinated beverage do you two prefer? Coffee, tea, or both or other beverages? She herself is a tea drinker that got addicted to loose leaf tea. I am a Pepsi drinker. And definitely a happy birthday, by the way. Go ahead.
Happy birthday. Yeah, I've got a whole drawer full of fucking loose leaf in my office.
There you go. But yes, definitely a happy birthday to Ryas Khan as well, because apparently his birthday's coming up. So.
Evidently my fucking drawer got fucked up. Oh well.
Let's see here. xenonex says, what are 5 underrated Marvel characters that you would like to see get more attention? He says, also not a question, but I can't help but notice that 2 characters that got different voice actors in Team Sonic Racing were played by Vic Mignogna and Quintin Flynn. That is interesting. So 5 underrated Marvel characters. The problem is a lot of them have already been adapted. Like Black Panther, U.S. Agent. So there's 2 of them.
They're about to do Hercules, apparently.
Yeah, Hercules is another one. Beta Ray Bill. and
Yes.
the Silver Surfer at this point, because the unfortunate thing is the Silver Surfer is barely known. He used to be like one of the most popular Marvel characters back in the 70s.
Yeah. Now he's just sort of. I will always say Howard the Duck deserves more attention because Howard the Duck was essentially like the original Deadpool. People do not fucking give him the respect that he fucking deserves. And it's just because of the fucking movie. It's seriously just because of the movie. Moon Knight, too. Moon Knight, people usually don't give Mark Spector the respect he deserves, but he's getting his own series now, so we'll see.
Any others?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Well, we'll leave it there then.
No.
SGD says, how would you follow up a particular high-stakes story arc when it comes to new stakes? I don't know. Honestly. I mean, every story is going to have stakes. I would just, at the end of the day, just try to tell a good one. You know?
You don't overpower your characters in response to super high stakes. That way you can drop back to lower stakes afterwards, and it's still okay.
Servant wants to know: do you guys like the look of what's coming out of the Sonic 2 movie set, and do you have high hopes for this one? Hatman, that's on you.
Sonic 2 and Knuckles. That's all I gotta say about that. Sonic 2 and Knuckles.
Holy Ninja still wants to know, what are the 4 mecha shows that will never be part of Mecha Mondays? Never?
That's a tough one.
Well, unfortunately, we can't do, Mike Gine because it hasn't been completely subtitled. Even though I would kind of like to. But I can't really think of, like, others that I've seen that I wouldn't want to do. I mean, Gurren Lagann. That would be one just because I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I would still consider putting it in just because people in the server might like it. Cross-Ange. Yeah, probably not Cross-Ange. Because, half of Cross-Ange is basically softcore porn. So, that's all I can think of off the top of my head, though. Oh, Gundam Seed. I'm not gonna make people sit through that.
What about SD Gundam?
Depends on the SD Gundam. You're okay, Yamza. You're forgiven. You just gotta keep something in mind, dude. Like we run a comic book business, you know, and honestly, like, speaking now as an artist on the other side of it, like it does legitimately, like, it is kind of a kick in the nuts for someone to say that your work isn't worth the you know, worth buying. Like, but I worked hard on that, you know, and it's not bad. So, yeah. So just consider that in the future. Anyway, Deimos asks, what do you feel about Toho, considering you removing Godzilla elements from the MonsterVerse so they can make their own MCU-style American-made Godzilla movie, since they said they were going to do that in 2018. I don't think it changed with the pandemic. I don't know what's going to happen with it in the future. From what I hear, it's just kind of up in the air.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'll be a little bit disappointed if they decide not to continue with the MonsterVerse, if Godzilla vs. Kong is the end of it. But I'm satisfied with what they put out at the very least.
Yeah. Well, there's that at least.
Yeah. Yeah. King of the Monsters was fucking awesome.
It was fun.
It was awesome.
Secret
God,
goes
do we
in a
have time
bucket
for
says bounty
chat now?
request. How much for you two to review Babylon 5, the series, and only the movies set during it? Movies can be optional.
No.
No? I will.
No.
If you're saying name your price, like, am I getting paid today? Because if you want me to rewatch Babylon 5, I would definitely accept money to rewatch Babylon 5.
No. I've never a huge fan.
I've never finished it, but I liked the first season a lot. So whatever my normal is for it, throw it at me. I've got to save money for a new computer anyway. So
It's 5 seasons, so
and how many episodes per?
let's see. 22 episodes per.
20. So that's over 100 episodes. So whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be kind of close to whatever I was
110.
paid. Yeah, it'd have to be somewhere close to what I was paid to do Tenchi Universe, which I just started today. And woof.
Yeah. No, I am not huge on it, and
I will do it.
The reason why I found out later, J. Michael Straczynski, I don't like his shit.
What?
I do not.
You don't like JMS?
Generally, no, I don't.
You might as well just kill the Jawa in front of me. I fucking love JMS.
Well, you can like him. That's fine. I generally just do not. I don't like. At the end of the day, don't really care for the shit that he leaves his mark on. Sense8 being the worst of it.
Okay, well, Sense8 did suck, but that wasn't solely because of him. That was the Wachowskis.
Oh no. He had a hand in it too.
He had a hand, but you can't blame him all for it.
But generally, the stuff that he's attached to with writer credits, I do not like.
But what about his Spider-Man and his Thor?
I don't remember if I read his Thor run. His Spider-Man run was like hit or miss, with of course. Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
I can understand because I think he wrote the article where it was canon that Gwen is a slut.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Sins Past was that?
Yeah, I think he did Sins Past. I don't remember. It might have been whoever was before him. But he did do One More Day, but it's come out since then that was basically ghost written by Quesada.
Yeah.
He didn't have an option there. And they gave him Thor as an apology, and his Thor run is fucking amazing.
Yep, Sins Past was him.
Yeah. That I can understand because Sins Past was not good. I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny.
Of course you'd think it's hilarious. You think it's hilarious because you don't like Gwen Stacy as much as I do, and you should fucking see that. Because, yeah, I know. Hey, Hatman, snap, catch.
Hey, do you want to know what one of my favorite songs by Demon Hunter is? They're cut from Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck. Spider-Man spins a web, but he can't swave Gwen. Look out. She's going to snap her neck. Mary Jane for life.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. No, you take him. You take that shit.
All right, I'm all over it. Hatman is refusing it. So, so thank you, Servant. I will definitely get started on that after I'm done with Tenchi. Though I will be fitting in Kamen Rider Black in there as well. Chat's like, you sick fuck. I really don't like Gwen Stacy. I never have. I always thought she was kind of boring. Like, you go back and you read Gwen, like, in the actual comics, she's not that interesting. Not compared to Mary Jane or to Felicia. Or even Betty. You know? Betty Brant. And she's the least attractive of all of them.
Really? She had more development than Betty Brant had it at the time.
I always liked Betty more. Though to be fair, Betty got more development during Dan Slott's run.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And Gwen's fucking development ended up being, oh, by the way, did you know she took that fucking goblin dick?
She's just not that interesting. She serves a role, she serves a purpose at the time, but she didn't really have a lot of interesting stuff going on with her. Not compared to the others.
Thank God for Spider-Gwen.
Never read it, so I can't really say anything about it. Okay,
it's okay.
I need to answer a couple of chat questions.
Okay.
And because one of the donations was a bounty, we're not gonna do a ton of cringe today. We'll do a few clips. Servant throws in a buck and says, Deimos has 2 of my choices, Ninja Toad the other 2 for cringe. I'll have to look and see what they are so we don't get flagged. So. Anyway, quick answer a couple questions from the chat real quick before we go. With Hardboiled, I don't know for the Fantastic Four, because I would rather cast unknowns.
Yeah.
John Weitzel wants to know, speaking of YouTube removing dislikes, how would YouTubers express disdain for a video that has comments and dislikes disabled? They can't. Basically, they just talk shit about it, and they do other videos about how stupid it is. It's basically how it works.
I wish YouTube would bring back video responses.
Yeah, but basically complaining about people complaining about not being able, or complaining about people who go on YouTube and disable all their shit is a cottage industry in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Clyde Marshall says, I remember first discovering my channel with a video debunking the claim that Jesus was a socialist. Can't find it now. Did you ever make it or imagining it? That was not me. I don't think I ever did anything like that, honestly. Leonardo Juan wants to know, first off, it's Juan, not Juan. Damn, I like Juan a little bit more. You emphasize that J sounding like an H, or Guan.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Symbionic Titan? I never watched it.
All I can say about Symbionic Titan is shake it, bake it, booty quake it.
And then one more. Thoughts on the Moon Knight series coming to Disney Plus? Personally, I think due to how violent the character is, maybe we should go to Hulu since Disney will only do PG-13. I don't really think Moon Knight's really that violent.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I just there needs, because Mark Spector's a little off in the head. There needs to be an episode where he's like high or something, and he calls Avengers headquarters asking for Dracula and where his money is.
Dracula, you fucking nerd, where's my money? I love that so fucking much.
It's so good. Okay.
No, I don't. I don't think it'd be like as violent as say the Punisher or even Daredevil. But yeah, maybe like PG-13. But that's yeah.
So Hank Hill has actually like clipped a 1 minute clip for us for Anime Cringe.
Oh shit! Nice.
So just give me a second to get these lined up, guys.
Please give me a
Watch the first minute.
Captain, unidentified.
Okay.
From now.
Okay.
All right. So what have we got?
Give me 1 sec to orient my windows properly. Okay. So let me That's not it.
Overflowed me, by the way. I'm taking overflow this week. I'm just throwing them all into one document at this point because we got so many fucking questions. Cause
Yeah. And
Mike is busy, and I've been having a string of hell weeks.
yeah, and I've been sick all week too. This is, by the way, guys, this is like one main reason like why you should become a patron, is like you don't get thrown into the overflow. Like you're gonna get, you're going to get your question answered. So, and there might be a point where like we've got so many people asking questions that we only are able to get to patrons in the future. We'll have to see what happens there. But it's hard to
That
say.
or like a once a month overflow at this point.
Yeah, basically. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's get this let's get this Darling in the Franxx in 10 minutes done. So the first minute is what we owe. I think I've seen this one before, so I'm kind of curious to what Hatman's reaction is going to be.
Okay. Yeah, I know nothing about Darling in the Franxx, so.
Well, I don't either. I like Gigit's such and such series in 10 minutes. His one for fucking Tokyo Ghoul is perfectly encapsulates my feelings on that fucking series. Because I hated it. The ending made me want to kill myself. I'm like, oh, this is so fucking dumb. I remember when Odie, the former artist for Liam's work, when he and I were on good terms, I ranted to him because he loves it. I'm like, Odie, how can you like this dog shit? The ending made no fucking sense. And he goes, I just like the art. I'm like, you fucking weirdo. All right, Hatman, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's roll.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, hey, look, some girls' clothes I don't know. I better take these panties for no reason just in case.
Rejoice, children! You are the chosen ones who will protect our home in this post-apocalyptic world against the Klaxon. Who said that? I swear to God, if one more person compares this show to fucking Evangelion, I will kill every last one of you. For the last time, this is nothing like Evangelion.
Space is under attack!
Yeah, I'm gonna find another female partner.
Fine then! What? You think in the real world your perfect girl will just come falling out of the sky? Hey, you want to help me bang this robot?
You mean pilot this robot?
I know what I said. From now on, you are my
My name's Hero, you know.
I know what I said.
Let me introduce you to our...
And that's a minute. Okay. I think that probably sums it up, and that's part of the reason why I'll never watch that show. So you wanted another one that'll never be on Mecha Mondays. Yeah.
So it's Evangelion, but totally not Evangelion. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
It's like, apparently, like, a lot hornier.
Ugh.
Which basically, like, part of the whole thing about Evangelion was tension, but the tension is supposed to feel bad. Because none of it's good. Because none of it's leaning towards anything good.
Fiction.
It's just, I just think the series looks like dog shit, personally. That's.
So it's a continuation of that I'm so fucked up scene in End of Evangelion.
More like, instead of doing, like, a serious story about it, let's just do a super horny super robot show. That tries to be more deep than it is.
Yeah, okay.
Alright,
I'm not even...
On to Mad Bull 34. So, this one,
okay.
this show's infamous, but I love it. So, are you ready, Hatman?
Yeah, let's roll.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey! Right!
This is Mad Bull 34, alright.
I had a feeling this evening might end up like this, so I used these grenades for a jockstrap.
Give me one.
He's not even full hands on them, what the fuck? What?
Have you never seen this before?
No!
Oh, Hatman, you need to watch Mad Bull 34. Holy shit, it's wild as hell.
Oh my fucking god. That is amazing. That's great. Oh shit.
Alright. We owe 2 more. So,
Alright.
the greatest death in television history, apparently.
Okay.
So let's give it a shot. 3, 2, 1, go.
Please give me a chance. I really tried. I can still do it.
It is too late.
Oh, please, sir. What can I do? I tried so hard.
You failed.
Now, wait a minute. Isn't this from fucking, like, Journey to Space that wasn't an actual Journey to Space? It is.
How I reward those who
That's what it looks like.
Do you all understand?
Oh, yes, sir.
It is! And they didn't go to space! It's bullshit! This all bullshit!
Dollar Store Destro.
All of it! Next one.
Dollar Store Destro.
Yeah. Uncle Bob. I do not know what this is.
Neither do I.
Let's give it a shot.
Captain, unidentified space objects approaching.
Meteors?
No,
Tell me when.
instruments are definitely
I already
picking up some
started,
kind of force field.
What? Fuck.
Captain, I think they're non-human spaceships.
Back on Earth, at the World Science Center, a central headquarters for the advancement of Earth sciences, young space pilot Barry Gallagher observes the stars.
Uncle Bob, good luck with your mission.
World Science Center, we're under attack by alien devices.
Captain Gallagher, what's happening?
World Science Center from Space Angel. World Science Center from Space Angel. Our gravity control system has been deactivated. Everyone, to the escape ship.
Alien Space Angel, can you escape? Bob!
Uncle Bob, come in! Come in!
I think Uncle Bob is dead, my friend.
Space Angels.
Where have I heard that one before?
An Angeru.
Well, on that note, I gotta watch me some Babylon 5. Not that I'm complaining. That will be fun. But I'm gonna go sleep first, because I'm tired.
Reason to sleep usually.
Yeah. People should seriously go watch Mad Bull 34, though. It's great. So, Hatman, do you have any final words before we take off?
Yeah. I didn't even have to pull out a weapon and threaten people this time.
This time. So on that note, my name is Micah Curtis.
And I'm Alex Baldwin. Don't trust that this will become a normal thing.
Nah. We'll see you guys next week. Deus Volt.
Deus Volt.